George, stop right there. But don't touch that stuff with 3 leaves. It's poison ivy. If it touches your skin, you get a red rash and blisters. Very itchy. Remember the 3 leaves. Leaves of 3, let it be. Uh-huh. Oh, this isn't good. I can't get my keys out of my pocket. Can you get them, George? In my jacket, up here. that tickles. I guess I'm gonna need your help, George. O M. It's just. It's right. George, we've been doing this for 2 hours. George, hold it, please. I think we need to figure out ways I can do things for myself. How would I use those? It works. You may be a genius. Oh, these hit too many keys. Now I've got Dear Mom Burl Furpin McGeggy. Dear Mom, I can type this because George is so smart. It works.
Before they knew it, it was time for the phone call with the scientist.
Oh, boy. Okay. Hello?
Hello, this is Dr. Hassline and the Science Board. Professor Wiseman said you'd answer our questions about her new Digzacta invention.
Yes, Doctor.
Fine. That's strange. The video monitor isn't working.
Video monitor?
Yes, surely Dr. Wiseman told you we requested a video conference.
She must have forgotten to mention it. Please hold. Help me, George! We gotta move all this to the bedroom, now! Hi. Professor Wiseman's Digzacta is excellent. Easy to use. Accurate. So, any questions?
We only have one question. Would you demonstrate the mechanism?
Okay. I thought I was just supposed to talk. I can't demonstrate it because, see, it's complicated.
You said it was easy. If it's complicated, we will not approve it.
Oh, no, that's not what's complicated. It's a long story.
No time for long stories. We're very busy geniuses around here.
Please stand by. Don't want to let Professor Wiseman down. Ready, George? Doctors, the Wiseman Digzacta. You sound impressed.
Why, yes. Are your hands really that hairy?
I guess I forgot to shave this morning. Anyway, look how easy. You squeeze the lever to open the pail. You dig some dirt, release the lever to close, and the measurements are clearly marked. Did I say something wrong?
You have 3 hands.
3 extremely hairy hands.
Oh, I shouldn't have tried this. This is George.
That's a monkey using the Dexacta.
I can't use my hands. Sorry.
Don't be. If a monkey can use it, then most scientists can.
We unanimously approve the Wiseman Dexacta for use by scientists everywhere.
And we love monkeys.
To celebrate their big success, the man with the yellow hat made a meal without any help.
We're gonna be having a lot of salad for the next few weeks, George. Fever, stuffy nose, clammy paws. You're definitely fighting a germ, George. Here you go. See that blob? That's a germ. Some germs are good for you, but bad germs can make you sick. Well, that's your body. Your nose, mouth, stomach. Those are your lungs. When you sneeze or cough, that's your lungs squeezing together and trying to force out the bad germs. Enough biology. Time for you to rest.
George saw a face. A face he had seen before. In the mirror. It was him. George's mouth was amazing. It was like a giant cave. A cave with an echo. A squishy floor, which was actually his tongue. And best of all, a spaceship. George was amazed. He didn't know Gnocchi could drive. George knew they were somewhere above his mouth, but where? Fortunately, Gnocchi had discovered a helpful sign. They were in George's nose.
I'm in your nose.
Achoo, he's in your nose.
I'm in your nose.
Oh yeah, he's in your nose.
I'll make you sniff it, I'll make you sneeze. You won't be smelling that smelly cheese down to your belly.
Down,
Mosey, I'm down to your belly.
Look out, he's in your belly.
So don't eat a thing, that's my suggestion. Cause I'll be giving you indigestion. Sing it, Johnny.
Go Toots, go.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Do it again.
Go Toots,
Yeah. I love this place. Then I'll head to your
go.
lungs.
Hey Toots, where you going?
To the lungs.
Oh yeah, he's in your lungs.
Well, I'll be making you wheeze and cough. You better take the whole week off. And if you're wondering who to blame,
Don't forget, Toots the name.
cause we'll be making you sweat and squirm. Cause that's our job. Cause we're germs. Yeah. Woo! Cause we're germs.
That was the germ that was making George sick.
Well, hey, you're a strange-looking germ. Toots is my name. These here singers are the Germettes.
George explained that he was the owner of this body, and Toots and the Germettes would have to go.
Go? Why should we go? We like it here. I'm making you feel sick? Oh, well, in that case, I'll be on my way. I'll just get my stuff. Fool you! I'm never leaving. Gotta run.
George knew he wouldn't feel better until he got rid of Toots. But where did he go? The lungs? It looked kind of wet. Was this the lungs? Or was it the stomach? Maybe they made a wrong turn somewhere.
Mosey on down to your belly.
Is in your belly.
So don't eat a thing, that's my suggestion. Cause I'll be giving. Gotta run. So where should we go next? The throat? Hey, maybe the ears. Hey, what are you doing? This whole place could blow!
You're awake. How do you feel?
George felt great. He could even smell again.
You seem much better. I wish I could say the same. Thank you, George.
That song was very familiar. Where was it coming from?
I'll make you sneeze. You won't be smelling that smelly chicken.
All done.
Excellent. Hand me the shovel and I'll dig out this one.
Oh, it wouldn't be long now. As soon as the path was finished, the fish could swim back home. He did it. No more fish could get swept through. If George was willing to sit there for the rest of his life. George needed something to stop that water fast.
See, a lock has watertight gates on each end. This is the big lake, and this is the small pond. You pull up the gate on one end, and the water in the middle goes to that level. At least one gate is always closed, so the water in the middle stays where you want it.
No matter how exciting he made it look, the fish wouldn't go. Maybe fish like cheese sandwiches as much as little monkeys.
Oh, well, you already ate your lunch, huh?
No, when did I eat my lunch?
Say, did you take the paddles?
Huh.
I always leave them on the seat.
I don't know. Listen, something very peculiar is going on around here.
You're telling me.
Believe me, I am normally a very organized and unforgetful man. I should have known.
Looks like I'm the forgetful one. I forgot how much mischief a monkey can make. Well, what have we here?
It looks like a fish canal.
You are some smart monkey.
I'm back! And we saved Sally's tooth. Did you save the fish?
George George had saved 5 fish.
Wow, that's great, George. Wait, the lonely fish is still there. You know, I think we should just chase him.
Nice job, everyone.
Well, we've accomplished quite a bit today. A fish rescue and a dock repair. Only one thing left to do.
Go swimming!
Last one in is a rotten fish egg.
Ooh, ready to be the first monkey on Mars?
It's an important mission, George. If the rover sticks, your job is to give it a good push.
1. Liftoff.
We're going to Mars!
Normally, it takes 8.5 months to reach Mars from Earth.
But Pizza thinks he's found a shortcut.
Yep. According to my calculations, you take a sharp left at the moon.
Mars looked just like the pictures in George's book, except now it was right outside the window. And and then he found out. George was on an out-of-control Mars rover. He had to stop it. That sure looked like a remote control. It was the remote control. Now George was in full control, except for being lost on Mars. Maybe he could find his way using the book. There were the 2 moons of Mars. That wouldn't help him find his way back to the ship, but it sure was cool. He reached the Valles Marineris. It looked like the Grand Canyon, but much bigger than any canyon on Earth. He also found the Olympus Mons, the highest volcano in the solar system. It had a pretty nice view, too. He'd found the rocket. Now all he had to do was drive there. The rover was stuck. He had to give it a good push to get it going again. That was his mission. Einstein's broccoli spinach gum was gumming up the works. He wanted to get to the ship and tell the man with the yellow hat, except the rover wouldn't go. Luckily, he remembered he was 3 times as strong in Mars' low gravity.
George, are you okay?
You were sleeping so peacefully. Did that sound wake you up?
I blew a bubble and it popped.
Then George realized why he was dreaming about gum.
Gum in the main rover control panel.
Did you stick gum in there every time I told you to stop chewing?
See, I thought that one was the trash. Oops.
George, how did you figure that out?
All clean.
It works. We're ready to launch.
7 seconds and counting. 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
George, you saved the Einstein Pizza Space Program. Thank you so much.
You know, sometimes I think the world would be better off if monkeys ran everything.
Now he had 2 shadows to compare. They both looked the same, except one was shaped like a monkey and the other a dachshund. George explained that both shadows moved over stuff the same way, and neither one predicted the weather. Huntley never really noticed a shadow before. It looked dirty. Now he could compare shadows. Except she had no shadow at all. George had no shadow either. When George came back, the sun was barely up. And Sherry wasn't up at all. He got in position so she couldn't get out without him knowing. Then he fell asleep. Just like every year, Mr. Glass showed up early, all alone, and set up his video camera.
Sounds like Sherry has a cold. I better do this fast and quietly and not wake her up. All done. If she were awake, she would have seen her shadow.
Have a fun morning?
It was an unusual Whistle Pig Wednesday this morning. Watch.
George?
Here's what Mr. Glass had to say about being caught on video holding up a monkey in Endless Park.
You've got to admit it was unique. Unique's not bad.
So, summer over, did he see a shadow? Are you sorry you held up a monkey?
Now, today doesn't count, because it was only a monkey shadow.
Now George definitely had to see what made that Whistle Pig shadow so special.
There'll be a do-over tomorrow morning, a unique Whistle Pig Thursday.
The next morning, George brought Hundley and Yoki along to keep him alert.
Please, no monkeys. It's whistle pig time. Yeah. Oh, no. Do over! No, no, do over! Do over! Oh, no.
No one knew where Compass came from.
Hi, you're a monkey, aren't you? Could you please send Sherry out? There. Whistle pig. See?
Now that he'd seen it, Sherry's shadow was just a shadow.
You want to know how a shadow can predict the change of seasons? It's not magic or science. It's just a fun thing people do. It's unique.
If George knew that, he wouldn't have gotten up so early. George went home and went back to bed. But he needed an extra blanket because it started getting colder today. It's not every day that a monkey sees a plane writing words in the sky.
It says, "Come one, come all to a totally unique wind symphony. Be there or be square."
Huh?
I have no idea what that means.
Wind Symphony, one night only. Be there or be square.
But I guess we should be there. I certainly don't want to be square.
Behold, a symphony in the making. And there's the maestro in charge.
Mr. Zubel?
Yep. Last week, he made me this beautiful pocket wind chime.
Oh.
Oh, when I heard this delicate sound, I thought, let's make it 20 times bigger, 40 times.
So you want Mr. Zubel to create a giant wind chime?
Exactly. Something that makes a lot of noise when the wind blows. How's it coming, Zubel?
I'm sorry, but I'm an artist, not a musician. I don't know if I can make this work.
Ah, music to my ears. I have faith in you, Zubel. You'll think of something. You have until Saturday.
That's tomorrow.
Say, George, do you want to help me make a wind symphony?
Maybe something in here would make a nice loud bong.
Exactly like that, only a whole lot louder. Perfect! A lot of pots! That's it! Ding, ding, ding! You did it, George! Now we just need 40 times this many.
Saturday was here. George and Mr. Zubel had to work fast to get the wind symphony ready.
Oh, is it for the wind symphony? Nettie and I have front row seats. Come this way. These have all failed the Peschetti test of excellence. I must take them to recycling. But if you want any, help yourself.
At the recycling center, George and Mr. Zubel tested a lot of pipes.
Yeah, I know. No snap yet. Well, we still have 4 hours to go until the concert. You're right, George. There's our snap. All right! Ready for pinning, George?
If the wind symphony was going to work, George had better go find some wind. George grabbed anything that looked like it could make wind. Fans, the vacuum cleaner, the bellows from the fireplace, a piece of paper.
This is so exciting. I am one of the patrons. Did you know?
No, I didn't. Congratulations.
Attention! Attention, please! Without further ado, let the symphony begin!
Hit it, George!
It was working. Sort of.
This is the world's quietest wind symphony.
George bellowed until he could bellow no more.
You're in luck, Mr. Glass. I was able to call in the 57th Street Whirlybird Squadron. Wind is on the way.
My arms are about to break. Oh, well.
Beautiful. I'm just so proud. Excuse.
What did I tell you, maestros? When Glass wants wind, Glass gets wind!
Great.
This was weird. The car was turned off, but somehow it was still moving.
Isn't it great? This is the best thing about an automated car wash. It's automatic. This is the first rinse. Now the big wipe. The suds! Here come the suds! Now the scrubbers. Oh, I love this part. Look at them go! Oh, where? Oh no! The final rinse!
I'm gonna keep my window rolled up.
Here you go. Oh.
Thanks. I've got water in my ears.
That was fun. Flop. I wish we could do it again, right now.
He had a sprayer, biodegradable soap. He even had some cars.
Let's make our own automated car wash.
They make an entrance, an exit, and lots of car washing room in between. If you're building a car wash, you need something that lets water in, but not all at once. Now, the car got wet, but didn't wash away. What could make a good flapper?
Flop, flop, flop. That's great, George. Now we're ready for the blub, blub, blub part.
Instead of going blub, his soap went blob. What he needed was another thing with holes in it to help make suds. If you needed scrubbers, bathrooms were great places to look. Where was he going to find something to make the scrubbers spin? Suddenly, an answer spun into sight. George was ready to take his car wash for a spin. But the car wash didn't just wash cars. It also washed George.
Oops.
And then he remembered what he forgot.
We're on a conveyor. Those rails have rollers under them that carry us through the wash.
We need one of those long black mat thingies. You know, like they have at the grocery store. It goes whoosh.
George didn't have a long black mat, but he did have some short blue ones.
You ready?
Hey, a car wash. Cool. Oh, this is great. And my slippers and hat. Hey, the water finally came out of my ears. Yeah, when I bent down to see your amazing car wash. It's fantastic.
The automatic car wash was a big hit. Both of them.
Oof. Take good care of my Studebaker, George.
Wow!
It's one of the biggest warehouses in the city. It has everything. If they don't have masa, nobody does.
Don't got it.
What?
Sorry.
You're telling me that in this whole entire warehouse there isn't one bag of masa? Not one?
We had a pallet that came down one bag short last week. I think maybe it fell off up there.
If anyone was an expert on up there, it was George.
Hey, lucky one of us is a monkey.
The warehouse manager was right. There was one bag of masa left.
Wait, George! Don't try to climb down with the bag in your hands. Just toss it. Toss it to me. Just toss it down. I'll catch it. Just toss it. I'm ready. Let her rip.
Watch Watch out!
What?
George had found a picture of something that looked like a factory. Could that be a clue?
Grains like corn and wheat come into the mill and are cleaned and inspected. Then the grains are put in this grinder, where they're ground and come out as flour or cornmeal.
That is so cool.
Any questions?
Yes. Could we have 1 bag of masa, please?
Oh, I'm so sorry. We don't have any masa. This is all flour.
Oh, what?
I'm sorry. Since there's been very little rain, the drought delayed the corn harvest. No corn, no masa.
Where does your corn come from?
We get ours from local farmers.
This is wonderful!
It's true the drought delayed the harvest, but thanks to my water tank, we had just enough to get through. I've been harvesting all day.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but you say you've been harvesting all day?
Yes.
So my question is, do you have corn now?
Yes. You must really like corn.
Not only did Mr. Rankins have fresh corn, but he also had dried corn that could be ground into masa right away.
Come on, boys. We must see that the corn gets through to Marco's abuela. The Tortilla Express is on the way.
All right! Woohoo!
So they took the corn to the mill, where it was ground into masa and put in bags.
Come on, boys.
Then they took the bags to the warehouse, where they were packaged for the stores.
Ah, look at that.
And to the store, where they filled the shelves for customers.
Here you go. Gracias.
And finally, to Marco's house. George was surprised. He always knew that Mr. Rankins grew corn, but he didn't realize that the food in the store and in people's homes came from farmers like his friend Mr. Rankins.
She's here!
Until that day, George hadn't really thought about how important farmers were to so many people.
Surprise!
¡Ay, qué bueno! ¡Delicioso, mi amor!
Marco's grandmother loved Marco's special tortillas.
This is amazing. What a tortilla.
But one person loved them most of all.
I could eat a whole stack. Are there more?
Nice!